Dan the Natural Man Show. Hello everybody. It's Thursday 2025, January 2025, and this is another video in the series How to Become the Healthiest You in 2025. Today I want to talk about herbs for a little bit. Herbs are wonderful, wonderful medicinal plants that were put here for our benefit. Herbs can work well in acute disease, but today I want to focus on herbs for use as tonics. These herbs I'm going to talk about today can actually help prevent certain diseases from happening to the body because it helps to strengthen the organs and keep the organs healthy. Look, prevention is always better than the cure. Prevention takes less effort than trying to cure an incurable disease by modern standards. But even the incurable diseases can be cured with the right natural healing programs, but always shoot for prevention first. Okay, so we're going to start with some of the most common diseases today and what are herbs that we can take to help reduce our risk of developing them. We'll start with heart disease, number one killer. Heart disease, number one killer. It can lead to heart attacks and strokes that can either kill us or debilitate us. So cayenne pepper is first on the list. Cayenne pepper is the master herb. It got this reputation for a reason. Cayenne pepper can actually help to reverse hardening of the arteries, which happens with poor lifestyle choices. So it helps that. It helps increase the circulation. It helps to lower the blood pressure. It helps lower the blood sugar. It helps feed the heart and keep the heart strong. Cayenne pepper helps to prevent blood clots, and blood clots are our enemy as far as heart attacks and strokes go. Blood clots are the main culprit of heart attacks and strokes. Cayenne pepper is really good to help prevent blood clots. It's better than aspirin in my opinion. It doesn't have the side effects aspirin has. So cayenne pepper is going to be top of your list because it increases circulation. And if you are wondering about making your own tincture, I have a video on this channel how to make the tincture. If you're not into making your own stuff, Dr. Christopher has cayenne pepper and Dr. Schultz has cayenne pepper. Dr. Christopher also has one called Blood Circ Formula, which is amazing. It has other herbs in it, but it's amazing to increase the circulation and help reduce plaque in the arteries. Cayenne pepper, I think I just mentioned that, but cayenne pepper can help reduce plaque in the arteries. Of course, you can't eat a double cheeseburger a day and think cayenne pepper is going to be your savior. The next on the list for heart is going to be your hawthorn berry. Hawthorn berry is a very good herb to keep the cardiovascular system healthy. It helps strengthen the heart as well. It helps lower the blood pressure. But it also, the one thing hawthorn does is very, very impressive, is it actually coats the heart. When you take it long enough, it coats the heart with its medicinal effects. And if you were to have a heart attack, it actually protects the heart. It reduces the damage that you get from a heart attack. So hawthorn berry also, say if your heart is it's not getting a lot of oxygen, it's not getting as much oxygen as is normal. This could be because you're a heavy smoker, you're overweight. This could be because you may have some clogged arteries. Hawthorn berry helps to protect your heart in conditions of low oxygen, so it's good for everybody to take. The other herb with the cardiac system, this isn't particularly for the cardiac system, but it is for the brain, is going to be ginkgo biloba. I will mix ginkgo biloba with these two herbs because ginkgo helps increase the blood flow and oxygen to your brain. And strokes attack the brain, and they're horrible, some of the devastating effects. So combining your cayenne pepper, your hawthorn, and your ginkgo can help prevent a stroke. But also, you guys know, I don't say just to go take an herb and ignore the rest of your lifestyle, because that is just putting a band-aid. Herbs work best when you're eating a plant-based diet and you're exercising and you're trying, okay? Now I've seen these herbs do amazing things with people that just took the herb. But for best results, combine your herbs with your diet and your exercise. Garlic's another good one for your cardio system. Raw garlic. It helps lower your blood pressure, helps lower your cholesterol. It also is a good herb to help prevent blood clots. So those are for the best for your heart, okay, the cardio system. Another thing I see that attacks people is arthritis, degenerative disc disease, cavities in their teeth. So I always recommend to take herbs that help to build your tendons, your bones, and your ligaments. Comfrey is on the list. Oh God. Comfrey, horsetail, two of the best. Comfrey and horsetail, two of the best. And look, I'm going to go ahead and make this one easy for you. Dr. Christian makes a formula called Complete Tissue and Bone. I take this on a regular basis. In fact, I had some small cavities in my teeth a few months ago. My last checkup, the cavities were gone, and I've been taking Dr. Christopher's Complete Bone and Tissue and his herbal calcium formula every day, like 3 times a day. So these herbs help strengthen your muscles, your ligaments, your teeth, your tendons, even the discs in your back. So I recommend to take these long term, because as we get older, these things won't get any better. They will start to weaken, so we need to take things that keep them strong to support your skeletal system and your teeth, okay? And also, another tidbit here, a secret. I didn't even know this till more recently from my teacher, David Christopher. If you have whatever organ you're trying to strengthen, whether it's your heart or your kidneys or whatever it is, say you want to strengthen your heart, you're going to use the hawthorn, the cayenne, the garlic, like I told you. But you also combine it with the Complete Bone and Tissue. It works better that way. The Complete Bone and Tissue works in synergy with these other herbs to give you the best results. Now let's go on to the next one, cancer. Now cancer is one of those things that there's so many variables, but even the scientists in the studies show that it's 90% environmental. So we got to try to stay away from as many toxins as possible. And that is really hard to do today, so I always recommend every 3 to 4 months. I don't even do this enough myself, but every 3 to 4 months do a 5 to 6 day cleanse. We're drinking a lot of juice, and you're taking herbs to help cleanse your organs like your liver, your bowels, and your blood, okay? It's actually a good idea to drink juice on a regular basis. I've been lazy lately myself, but if you are a go-getter, I recommend having some fresh raw juice every day. This helps. It's really good to keep everything clean, There's other things with cancer, of course, emotions. I always talk about getting your emotions in check. And of course, a plant-based diet helps to reduce the risk of developing cancer. If you do have cancer, it can help in the healing of cancer. There are certain foods that can drive cancer. I'm not even going to talk about it here because it just... Yeah, I am. Plant foods are protective against cancer. They help because they have a lot of antioxidants. They're anti-inflammatory. A high-fat diet with a lot of meat and stuff, dairy, can actually increase your risk of developing cancer. So you want to be, I'm a teacher. I teach people. You do with the information what you want to do because there's free will, and I fully believe in that. But you can do your own research. Plant-based diet for cancer, and look into it. So that's what we have: heart disease, keeping the skeleton strong, cancer, okay? It's also really important to be happy with your life. I know this is probably one of the hardest things, to try to be grateful and be content with your life. So whatever steps you can do if you're not content, whatever steps you can take to be more content with your life, take it. Look, that's a struggle for everybody. So, autoimmune disease, that seems to be a big thing now. Autoimmune disease, that's another one where you got to look at your toxicity. It's good to stay away from a lot of chemicals in the food, in the air, and the water. That's why I recommend distilled water or reverse osmosis water. I recommend stay away from food coloring and all these other chemicals that you can't pronounce that you see on food labels. Don't eat that crap. It's killing you. It screws you up. Cleansing is important when you have autoimmune problems. I didn't mention herbs that can help with, prevention of certain things, but red clover is a good herb to keep the bloodstream clean. Red clover, you can take it as a tea. It helps keep the blood clean. Then we were going on to the autoimmune problems. As far as this goes, the school taught us astragalus root combined with marshmallow root. They actually make this formula. Astragalus root is an immune booster, but see, herbs are smart, so if your immune system is overreactive, astragalus can actually bring it down to being less reactive. If it's underreactive, astragalus helps bring it back up. Astragalus will actually balance your immune system. And of course, I'm sure everybody's different with this. I don't work with a lot of autoimmune problems, but you just have to see for yourself what works as far as herbs go. But astragalus is supposed to be a balancer. It's actually a Chinese tonic, astragalus is, so, and it's been that way for centuries. So another thing with autoimmune disease, you have to make sure you're getting enough rest, getting enough sleep, getting enough water, getting enough stress relief. All these things can flare autoimmune problems up. Even sleep, losing sleep is a stress on the body. Exercise, if you're in a flare, it's probably better just to walk and do gentle exercise, walking, yoga, things that are gentle. If you're in a flare, you don't want to work out really hard because that can just make it worse. And I'm just trying to go over some of the things that are a big problem these days. So, heart disease is still there, cancer is still there, joint problems, skeletal problems, autoimmune problems. Of course, diabetes, type 2 diabetes is on the rise. The same diet I was talking about, low fat, high fiber, plenty of exercise, getting the weight off if you got to get the weight off, building muscle. Muscle mass helps to regulate the blood sugar. Good herbs for the type 2 diabetes to help is going to be your amla or Indian gooseberries. The same thing. Amla is a really good one. It's shown in a lot of trials to help regulate the blood sugar. And just watch your, make sure you get high fiber. Don't eat too big of portions each meal. And it's even good if you can walk 10 minutes after you eat. After you eat dinner, go walk for 10 or 20 minutes. That's going to help lower your blood sugar. And stress goes again. Stress is a driver of all these things. High stress can actually increase the blood sugar, so you got to chill out. I know this is not easy. We all have problems. I feel tense most of the time. Life is just tense these days. I don't know. It's like something in the air. And there is no perfection in this life, but you just have to try your best. That's all I ask. That's all I teach. We're all human. I have problems. You have problems. But there's no reason for us to give up and not try. We have to try our best every day. And remember, every day is a new day. And do your best. Some days you aren't going to do as good as others, but just keep going. So this is another thing I want to talk about. This is another thing to do. I mean, we could get a lot deeper into this topic. That's what I want to talk about today as far as becoming healthy. I think that herbs are a lost art, but they should come back to the forefront because they can help keep us healthy as tonics. They can also help us in acute situations. Don't be afraid of your herbs, okay? And if you don't want to make your own, Dr. Christopher is one of the best brands out there, and Dr. Schultz. So if you like the video, please like and share it. Please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Check out my page, danthenaturalman.com, and remember, until next time, keep it natural.